Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Siralim Ultimate, where today, hopefully we're going to make another nice bit of progress and we'll see what else we can find. One thing that I forgot to do last episode, or I was having trouble finding it last episode, was I made a change to my build a while back, and I think, first of all, I think I might have slightly messed it up, but second of all, I wanted to highlight the comment that spurred me to make this change to my build, which is I ended up giving my one of my mimics the Apis I think Guardian trait, which was called the Apis Protector trait. This creature and the creature next to it are resistant to debuffs, and the way it should have worked was Mimic number 2 should have this trait, but unfortunately I think I accidentally put it on Mimic number 3, which means one of the mimics isn't benefiting from the resistance to debuffs. So that's one change I wanted to make, but before I even make that change, I wanted to highlight the comment that spurred me that inspired me to make that change, because I genuinely hadn't considered it, and if I hadn't considered it, there's a good chance that other people watching who are also playing might not also realize that this is a good way to deal with the silenced debuff on a budget, basically, without using up an anointment slot. And I'll show you the comment. So the comment had a lot of useful information in it, but the important stuff for this specific build change is highlighted in red, and it's basically that if you don't need to make your entire party immune to silenced constantly, then you can, at the cost of one trait slot on one creature, make 3 of your creatures instead immune to silenced. And that's the option I chose because for my purposes, the mimics are the most important ones. Now the tough thing is going to be, how do I switch out my party? This should be a pretty easy thing to do. All I need to do is, man, I need to give these mimics different names, which is I'm realizing the problem that's going on right now. How do I change the name of my group? How do I rename? Oh god, how do I... creature name. Can I just rename them on this screen, or assign macro creature sheet? God, okay, hang on a second. I gotta figure this out. Hang on, no. Maybe I do it at the mirror. Let's try that. Rename creature. There we go. So this one I'm gonna change to Mimic B, because it has to be Mimic B. This one has to be Mimic C. Or I guess between Mimic A and Mimic C, it doesn't really matter. But B has to be... B has to be in the middle, so that all of my mimics are just constantly immune to silenced. And now I need to reorder my party. Now I need to save this menagerie group. As the Blight Mark II. Yes. A, B, and C are in the correct order, and now if I look at this, mimic in the middle should have the thing that is making it and the creatures adjacent to it resistant to silenced. Alright, so that's an important thing that needed to be done, and now that that is done... Hang on, let me just... Sorry, there was a cord in the way of my mouse. That's been dealt with, and now we can get going. Now that that's done, I think we're just gonna move on. What are we looking forward to in this episode? Well, one main thing that I'm curious to see how that's gonna pan out is we are doing our first nether synthesis mission, and we're gonna be pretty close. I don't know if we're gonna be finishing this in this episode, because we're just gonna do the usual 2 false gods, and I don't know if by the end of it we're gonna be... We might just be like 1 or 2 realms off, and if we are 1 or 2 realms off, then we're just gonna... Then we'll just leave it until Thursday, but for now we'll just see how we can do this. Yeah, this is taking a while, but that worked out in the end. Let me just make sure that we are doing everything else we need. So what do we need to do? Finish a training mission, finish an experiment mission, 1 more Pando Shrine. Are we... Yes, we are doing the training and experiment. I specifically remember setting those last episode after bungling it earlier, but now we should be good. Alright. Alright, and hopefully we find that Pando Shrine as well. We should... How far are we from... We literally just started these. Okay, so... Okay, so this Rune of Prophecies is gonna take a while. Honestly, I probably should just hand it in early, but... Doing it this way... Maybe we're gonna get the pilgrimage done as well. Okay, so you know what? It'll be fine. We gotta defeat some dwarves, and let's keep moving. All right. Okay, that section of the map didn't have anything useful in it. Alright. I'm actually gonna not interact with the small slot machines because they might give me something I don't want, like unstable horror or... Actually, no, we don't need to worry about unstable horror anymore. We don't need to worry about unstable horror anymore because we no longer cast Guardian Force. The only reason unstable horror was bad for us was because if you cast it while having Guardian Force on, then it wastes your time. But we no longer do Guardian Force, so that's another thing that I now have to unlearn, is that we can... Now that we're no longer doing Guardian Force, it frees us up quite a bit. It's gonna take a while to get used to. Oh, fuck. Oh, come on. Protected elites will never not be annoying, and in fact, they'll only get more annoying as our party becomes stronger. When we eventually switch over to playing as the Royal, where we can equip like an extra 4 anointments, and then we'll have enough flexibility to just immediately one-shot everything. Then the protected elites will be at peak annoyance because everything else in the game will be one-shot, but then they, for some reason, will still require us to take a whole extra turn to kill them because it's just dumb. It's just dumb, dude. Alright, let's take out the Imp Master and let's keep on moving. Alright. Grab this stuff. And I guess we'll do some of this. And excuse me. And have I found the other Riddle Dwarf, or have I just like walked past him, or have I just not found him? I guess I haven't found him yet. What? Man, where are you, dude? Oh, there's a dumpling. There you are. I don't particularly want to fight this dumpling, but I guess it doesn't waste that much of our time. So, you know what, let's just go. No reason to hang around, no reason to hand in our goblet either. Yeah, let's just continue. $422 is going to be a good bonus. Alright. 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 Now we gotta solve this mini quest to get this realm quest done. And I guess we're gonna solve it by supplying narcotics to these to the fine citizens of the Cutthroat Jungle. You know, whatever they do in the privacy of their own homes, it's up to them. I'm not gonna judge. Alright. I guess we'll even do some of this, get some extra favor. Hey, Master Marlings 3. We're getting achievements done. Right, there's the quest done. And we could just leave, but I guess let's see what else we can find in this realm. Hang on, is it... Are you seeing this? Look off to the sides. It's raining... It's raining... It's raining Toruns. What? Is this a... Is this a... And it's only happening on the combat... Does that... Wait, does that only happen in this realm, or... Hang on, am I... I feel like I'm losing my fucking mind. Okay, so now it's just raining... normal rain. What is... Am I just losing my mind? So now it's normal rain. Before what? It was... I wasn't just imagining that, right? What? Oh my god. I feel like I really am losing my mind. Okay, so torture chamber is Tartareth. Okay, okay. And this time, okay, maybe it's just like a random weather effect that happens on the combat screens, and one of the weather effects is just like Torun, just a deluge of Toruns. Is that correct? Well, be that as it may, we found our final Pando shrine. And there's no more combat in this realm, so I don't think we're gonna be investigating that situation anymore. But that certainly was quite a trip, wasn't it? Alright, so there was another stone we picked up of rarity 209, I think, yeah. And let's move on. 426, nice bonus. Okay. So, in addition to completing our nether synthesis mission, the other thing we're looking forward to is just mainly finding new stuff, finding more cards, making more progress with the realm quest achievements for the different classes. We're almost done with the evoker. And then we'll move on to whatever is alphabetically next. Alright, we're hitting S rank with knowledge with a lot of creatures, which is good. Because that means the loot should ease up. The amount of things dropping as loot should start easing up as the number of potential knowledge drops eases up. Alright. So what are we doing in this round? Blue stones, and both of them are right here. Well, this was pointless. I don't want to fight that treasure golem if I can avoid it. Alright. Another Pando shrine that we don't need. Oh, these should give us treasure now, right? Yeah. My, come on, dude. I was... Number one, I wasn't close to him, and I was actively moving away from him. And now... Fuck, yeah. Yeah, man, they need to change the way treasure golems operate. Because it is clashing with, like, the in-game lore, right? You can't scold the player for killing treasure golems, but then also have treasure golems actively just ramming into the player. Alright. Alright, what's left? Nothing's left. So we're just gonna move on. Where's the exit? There's the exit. New realm. 366 extra traits is gonna be annoying, but I'm not in the mood for rolling over and over again. Yeah, there's gonna be some nonsense on account of these extra traits, but we'll just have to live with it. Alright, what do we got here? Alright. So far, it's not too bad. We just gotta find the nether boss. We also gotta find the master. And it looks like the Star Pact is helping us out considerably. There's reflect damage. There's less indirect damage, yes. It's gonna especially help us out in rounds like this, where the blight damage isn't gonna be the hardest hitting damage option. Alright. Motherfucker. Fuck off, dudes. Fucking garbage, man. Salamanders are just such trash enemies. Anyway, let's get this done. Etta is just being weird as usual. Okay, well, that took a while, but we got through it in the end. Scourge Osane, a bit more defense from that duplicate card. Alright. Alright. We do still have to find the master. So I'll avoid unnecessary combat though. Because I'm not a huge fan of extra trade ramps. Also, I do still have a bit of a cold. I'm recording this episode not long after I recorded the previous episode. So I'm still under the influence of that very minor cold that I came down with. Anyway, it's shouldn't be that bad. Should be fine. I'm recording this on a Saturday, and do have a friend to meet later on, but I think we'll meet outdoors, and I'll wear a mask if I have to, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Alright. Let me yoink this. I'm gonna have to get rid of that nether stone as well. The Denizen Master, one of the new creatures added. What the fuck is going on? Excuse me? What was why did that take so long? Why was the game locked up for multiple seconds? I don't know what these motherfuckers were trying to do, but what is happening there? You see that? Oh, that's the extra traits that were removed, but why is the then there's something, spell gems getting sealed and unsealed. I don't know, something weird was going on. Anyway, let me just... What was that achievement? Oh, I think that was for the Master of Denizens, yeah. Okay. So 180. Alright, let's continue. 403, good bonus. Alright, we're gonna have a couple fights against skeletal enemies. Not exclusively skeletons, I think these are just... Like, there are various enemies in the game that are... Fuck off. Chance to resist damage again. Ugh. Yeah, there are various enemies in the game that are bony, I guess, and all of them can show up in this special nether event, but you can also get a good amount of treasure. So that's pretty good. I've already done this. And again, I'm gonna avoid unnecessary combat, because enemies are gonna be resisting damage. Alright. Okay. Let's keep going. We... I guess have already taken out the master? Alright. Alright. Alright, there's some more chests. And I want to move around this realm a little bit just to find the treasure piles. Which give you a good amount of treasure, and they have a chance of spawning treasure golems. Now, the treasure golems we don't really care too much about, but if it's free treasure that you can get, then that's something I am interested in, such as from these mini-boss portals. Alright. Annoying that they survived an extra turn, but what are you gonna do? I didn't want to, and that's exactly why I didn't want to get into extra combat, is because it's kind of a dumb realm in terms of its modifiers. Oh, that's a treasure. I don't want to get into combat with you, sir. Just stay away from me, and there won't be any trouble. Oh god, he's in my fucking way. Get the fuck away from me, dude. Alright. Alright, I think we're just about done. Alright, I think we are done. So we'll go to the next realm, and we'll just immediately take on a Jotun. So let's do it. Now, I'm gonna pay attention to the background as we get into combat. This one's a pretty consistent, like, misty effect. I'll start Jotun at the top of the timeline. No. We can give him the 5% thing, because it's irrelevant. And we'll give him less stat reduction, because that's also pretty irrelevant. I guess it's not irrelevant. You can lower his offensive stats so that he's not doing that much damage to you. Let's see, we got given unstable horror, but we don't mind unstable horror anymore. So that's good. Man, come on. Chance to fuck off, dude. What a trash realm. But this time, though, I think I will put him at the top of the timeline, which is a little bit dangerous. but I think we'll be fine. Oh, we're gonna get a skin! Let's go! That's a Cataclysm skin, is it? Oh, no, it's a Watcher skin. Stargazer. Well, let's take a... Let's take a look at that. Stargazer is one of these. Very cool looking. Yeah, it's got like a... It looks like a galaxy kind of. Yeah, very, very cool. I'm glad we found that. I think, I don't know, it's hard to pick between this one and this one as to which one's my favorite Watcher skin, but they're both pretty good. I wish we could have saved this for the next Rune of Prophecies. But I guess, whatever. I guess whatever. I guess whatever. I guess we'll just talk to you quickly. Hi, hey, how's it going? Alright, let's go. I shouldn't be getting into extra combat because it's gonna be dumb in this realm. But we get treasure out of those ones, so I guess that was worth it. I'm also curious to see what the level 80 bonus is gonna be. In this realm. Alright. Motherfuck, come on, dude. Go away. Hang on a sec. Hang on a second. Do I not have the trait where enemies start battles silenced? Do I not? Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I feel like that's a pretty... big thing that's missing. But if I have aggravated illness... No, that's not gonna work. That's a spell slot. Hang on a second. Yeah, I need to get that sorted out because let's just do pink and red for a bit of favor. Yeah, that's a major thing that's missing from our build. And enemies casting spells is reduce enemy spell gems by 3 in the next battle. Okay. Where's the boss portal, by the way? Oh, it's up there. Oh. Now let's take out the Phase Warrior. Master. Alright, there you go. Alright, now what could I remove to get an extra trait? Okay, let me just do Greater Dispel, because this is being annoying. Let me do a Archangel's Blessing. You can provoke. You can defend. You can skip your turn, I guess. Alright, so that's that one done. Jotun has been taken out. Alright. I need to... I need to figure out how to get that, that anointment... Sorry, that... a trait back into my... party. Wait, no. No, enemies are silenced, but only in this realm. Because it's... You can get it as a realm debuff. I guess maybe that's one reason why you don't necessarily have to have it, because there are realms where you can silence the enemy, but there aren't that many of them. I guess you can exclusively stick to just those realms, but then you'd be missing out on the fun stuff in the other realms. I think there might be like a buried treasure that I'm leaving behind, but honestly, I'm not that worried. Let's just grab some of this stuff. I'll grab this thing. I'll hit you, I guess. And we'll just leave. We got a set. I'll hit this nemesis creature actually. It's pretty quick. I'll have to see, like, what can I leave off that makes room. So the trait that I want to bring in is it's either a Siren or a Banshee trait. So Ludo Codex. It's called Supersonic, I think. And it was neither Banshee nor Siren, it was Nyx. Supersonic. And we have a lot of those trait materials. But how would we do that? So, you can cast spells without consuming charges, and Spasm. And so, like, those are just used up. And I don't think I have Supersonic as part of another stone. But you do have an empty nether stone slot. 70% less indirect damage. Enemies with Blighted receive more healing. Okay. Hang on a second. What is... Hang on. Retrograde... Creatures take 70%. Is this... Hang on. Is this creature not fused? Because this is his native trait. Retrograde is the trait from his artifact. And then these other traits are from his nether stone. Hey, hang on. Are you not fused? Hang on a sec. Oh man, I think this guy just isn't fused. So we don't need to give anything up. We just need to summon a Nyx Informer. Well, that was a huge... Like, how long have I been... How long have I been playing this... And none of you even told me. None of you even told me, hey, you've got a creature that isn't even fused. I can't believe you would do this to me. Outrageous. Outrageous. I'm kidding. It's mostly on me, but it's a little bit on you. I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You guys messed up, but I forgive you, you know? I forgive you. Now, even the Lunatio is unfused. But whatever, I'm gonna give the Phase Knight a fusion with the Nyx Informer. If I can find you. Where are you, man? There you go. And, ooh, that looks like a pretty badass fusion palette. Yeah. The fusion was... Man, jeez. I've been suffering for so long. And now we're gonna have to do some fiddling around, because... Wait. Reorder? That's fine. And then manage menagerie groups. Assign this into there. Yeah, and it's got all 6 creatures, yes. And I think the level has gone down because I fused it with a low-level creature. So I'm gonna have to level you up again. Alright. Now, well, we're not ready to go just yet. We gotta set a new bounty. I'll set it against, I'll do, I'll do Lloyd Prime. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Now hopefully, with this change made to our party, it's gonna be a lot better. Because enemies aren't gonna be casting spells that often. And I guess we have one more trait that we can put on our Lunatio. But before I just slap on some trait willy-nilly, I think I should think a bit more carefully, and especially think about the new creatures that have been added, and maybe one of those traits is going to be pretty good for us. All right. Ah, see, now enemies are silenced. Now there isn't going to be as much nonsense going on. Alright. How long have I been playing without this basic component? every time enemies were casting spells, I was just assuming that like they were resistant to debuffs or something. And I was like, ooh, I must be getting really lucky rolling realms over and over again, where enemies are just resistant to the silenced debuff that I'm trying to put on them. But no, it was because I had just forgotten to do this basic component. Right, so there's another nemesis, another exotic creature that we've hunted down. How many of them are there, man? Who knows? Eventually, I guess they'll run out, and then we'll start cycling through the ones we've already seen. Anyway, what are we even doing in this round? We gotta find the mirror ball. Hopefully we can find it soon. Alright. Where... I think I see it. I think I see it. Yeah, see, now these mimics aren't casting anything. Now they're just completely useless. Excuse me. Alright. Actually, I'm not sure if I have a cold. I think it might just be... I think it might just be some allergic response. Ooh, unblinking kraken. Because if it was a cold, I feel like there would be more symptoms than just like vaguely feeling out of sorts. That plus having had a really exhausting week, I think, is also part of it. There's a lot of like sleep that I need to catch up on. And I think mainly my body is just telling me you need to rest. And after this episode, I am gonna just take a nap for like a couple hours. But then I gotta meet a friend. So it's gonna be my plan for the day. Pretty decent Saturday, all things considered. All right. What else do we need to do in this realm? Nothing really. So I think we're just gonna move on to a new realm. Alright. Let me... hang on. Have I already finished the Evoker achievements? Oh no, this is literally the the last realm. Glamorous 9, right? Another achievement there. That's pretty good. Gotta collect weapons and armor. Okay, fine. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. I don't mind gaining turns here because if we get treasure, it's gonna be multiplied by our loot bonus. But I think we're about ready to end. Yep. That's fine. I would love to get the Torun jackpot in this event, because I think that would be pretty epic, but the odds of that happening are pretty low. Well, I guess I'll talk to you. And let's continue. Alright, what are you? Front lap is 4080. You are the Void Lord Master. And you went down pretty easily. Alright. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. There's one more quest item. And there's another. And we just need the last one. Alright. Oh yeah, and we get a bit of extra treasure out of these places. Okay. Okay. Well, let's take you out. I'm gonna have to switch to another class after we're done with this. I'm gonna avoid that champion enemy if I can. I don't think I can. I think I can. But whatever, let's just get you killed. Okay. And finally you... Where is the final thing? There we go. Hey, and we completed our 100th realm quest as the Evoker. We got a new costume. Get a bit of treasure out of you. And we'll take a look at the Evoker costume when we head home, which is going to be very shortly. Where's the exit? The exit is up there. There's no need to hand in any of our projects. Actually, there is, because it's the pilgrimage project. Is anybody at level 78? So now we are on level 79. Alright. So now we'll take a look at the new costume. So this is what we started out with, but this is what we upgraded to, and this is Evoker Tier 3. Pretty badass. Pretty badass. We are gonna just immediately swap over to the next one. So Burn Their Corpses, Firestarter, Voracity, Worldbreaker, Dreadnought. So we wore the Evoker, now we switch to the Fanatic. And have we already set our anointments? We gotta replace Singleton with A Dreadnought. I'd love to keep Singleton, but Dreadnought is more important for battles where we need to bust out our Lunatio. So I think it's Hell Knight, right? Yeah. Okay, and now I think we're ready to move on. Let's look at our projects. How far are we from the... We're pretty far away, but at this point I think we're committed to getting those 2 projects done, because it's going to give us a fully completed Rune of Prophecies at the end of it. 3 more realms for 4 more lines, or maybe 4 more realms for 4 more lines, I think is worth it. Anyway, we'll take out Talur. What's that? Knights kill random enemy in next battle? Alright. And we've got to destroy this Netherstone. We also got a duplicate card. 272, I'll try and remember that. Okay. Oh, this Joker, this guy with his super armor. There's nothing you can do about it. Well, there's one thing you can do. You can use Metamorphosis, but then, like, there'd be a whole spell slot wasted just getting... Where's my... What? Well, finally, that's done. That's pretty annoying. Pretty fucking annoying. Alright. You must be the master. Nope, you're just giving me treasure. Alright. 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 Okay, I don't know if we found a single new card in this episode. We found a bunch of duplicates, but no new ones. Or maybe we have and I didn't notice, but I do not recall us finding anything new. We still have to find the master. And there you are. The Doom Fortress Master, I do believe. Alright. Alright. I guess I'll get into some combat with these knights. I guess I'll get into some combat with these dudes. Only 50 favor, so it's not hugely profitable, but I guess it adds up. Alright. Cherub has got to be life. And I think we're ready to move on from this realm. Alright, boys, let us... We'll open this chest and then we'll move. Actually, we'll head home, we'll get rid of a couple nether stones, and then we'll go. So it was 272 and 217. Oh, this one as well. It doesn't have any trait on it. Let's just get rid of both of them. And now we'll move on. $359 is going to be okay. All right. What do we got here? I think we got treasure out of the Iron Maidens. Yes, we do. All right. Let's go up and around. We got to find the master as well. And let's see what we can do. Oh, these guys were resistant to debuffs, but they were special. The rest of the enemies should still be getting silenced, like normal. All right. Ooh, that's the realm quest done. That's a trait, Apostle of Water. That's the experiment ready to hand in. Hang on a second. Let me just take a look at this trait first. Increases a creature's intelligence by 15% of... I don't care, dude. So, experiment and training are both ready to be handed in, which is good because that means this Rune of Prophecies is going to be ready to be handed in. Okay. Okay. And since we'd already played as the Fanatic a little bit briefly, we'd already completed some realms, so we completed the first leg of the Fanatic's achievement list. And just now, which is pretty good. Every little bit of progress we make getting these realm quests done with these other classes brings us a tiny bit closer to being able to eventually play with the Royal, which is going to be the long-term dream. Alright, let's take out the Underdweller Master. And now, I guess that was our 10th victory against those dudes. Let's wait for the... Yeah. So... now no more achievements can be gotten from that master. But, you know, We'll keep fighting him for more trade materials and more mastery as well, which is just good to have. Now I think we're just gonna head home, hand in a couple projects, and it's gonna be a fully completed Rune of Prophecies. Yes, it is. Nice. Alright. So we'll hand it in. We'll get 200,000 piety. That's pretty good. And the new rune is asking us to... It's gonna be two... Oh, it's only one raid mission. Only one raid mission. Only one training mission. But 2 pilgrimage missions. And 2 hunt missions. I don't like this. And because I don't like this, I'm gonna take a mulligan on this. We're gonna get a better Rune of Prophecies than this one. I won't save scum that much, but anything that is asking us, essentially anything that is asking us to do 2 of any mission is gonna be something that we just don't complete, because it's gonna waste too much of our time. But I'm not gonna be save scumming too much. So let me just save and continue. Alright, now what are we being asked to do? A specific false god is fine. I guess arena combat is fine. And assassination mission is fine. A treasure golem, we'll see. 3 riddle dwarves, 2 hunt missions, but there's only one of those, so I'll leave it as it is. And we don't need to hand in our Goblet of Trials. Okay. So let's just get the arena combat done quickly. Okay. I just want creatures that have strong attacks. Man, I don't know. Okay, man, this is... I don't enjoy having to do arena combat. It's such a pain. I mean, I guess I'll take that. Alright, what else? Okay. We just need to kill 7 creatures. What spells do we have? You got garbage? Alright. What spells do you have? Any AoE spells? Nope. You got trash. You got trash. I'm just gonna blindly just mash the A button until I get 7 wins. So that's 2 out of 3. Sorry, 2 out of 7. They've got a fucking aspect. Get fucked. Man, come on. Ugh. Okay. So that's 4. And another fucking aspect, dude. You know what? That was pretty good. I guess. Oh my god, this is fucking annoying, dude. Alright, I think this is the final one. Okay, alright. That's fine, we're done. I'm just gonna forfeit. And what else do we need to do? We needed to do Kino, slot machines, Siralim. Okay. I wish there was a quick way to play this, because it does really just take a while. Okay. So I think everything except for scratch cards. Yeah. Alright. That was pretty pathetic, but whatever. We were just doing it to get done with this stuff, and when we kill the next false god, we gotta set the bounty against the ancestor after that. And I will start a hunt mission just for the hell of it. Everybody's at like... Oh no, not... Some people are at lower knowledge ranks, so I'll just get like a random one of those. Okay. $394. It's pretty good. Let's take this bonus into a random realm. Hang on, let me just... There's some stuff, there's some stuff open that I should have probably closed before I started recording, but yeah. I don't know how much it's gonna speed things up, but it surely cannot hurt. Now we gotta do these fly trap. Fuck off, dude, with the chance. Fuck off with the chance to resist damage, man. Oh, so annoying. The other annoying thing is, in this realm, we're gonna have to find... Do we need nether realms? We don't. I don't even want to. I don't even want to. But I guess I'll play it. It will be irresponsible to not, because you can get some pretty good loot. But we didn't get any loot. Oh, well, that was a waste of time, man. Siralopoly, I think, needs to be fixed to make it so that you get useful stuff more often. This was pretty good, though. That was a waste. I guess I'll just talk to you before leaving. Hey, how's it going? Alright, let's try and dodge these protected guys, and let's start finding these fly traps, like these dudes. Gonfurion rules over the Kingdom of Heretics. Alright. Okay. Okay. Let's get this realm done. We gotta find the master as well. Okay. That was... It's always fun when agile enemies just kill themselves with blight before we even get a chance to do our own, you know, start of turn effects. Always fun. And I'm not gonna summon anybody in this realm because it's a stupid realm. We'll do our candle summoning in the next realm. We need to find more of these fly traps. Well, there's another couple of them. We need to find one more. Hello, love and other disasters. Let's see what that does for us. Effects that activate when creatures are afflicted with a buff or debuff are ignored, which I don't see why you would use that. Like, it's one of the elf traits, the elven traits. And it seems like most of them aren't really meant to be used by players. Most of them are just there as annoyances against the player. Similar to the bard trait, like shuffling the timeline. I don't know why you would want to just... Because you don't know what sort of enemies you're going to be fighting. You don't... Maybe... like once or twice in a realm you'd encounter an enemy that has effects on gaining a buff or debuff, and then you're using up an entire trait slot just to make sure that they don't get anything, but then you also can't get anything after a buff or debuff, so that, yeah, that doesn't seem like a worthwhile thing to have. Now, one of the elf traits, which is things that happen on death, are ignored. And that's pretty good, because a lot of the... there are a lot of really annoying enemy effects that happen on death. Including some scripted resurrections. And if you can just stop the enemy from doing those, then, you know, you'll have a pretty good time. But we're at the end of our episode. It was a bit of a long one. Actually, how long has it been? It's not even been that long yet. Even though we wasted a bit of time with the arena combat. Why are they resistant to debuffs? Of course. Of fucking course, dude. Fuck off, man. Fuck off, man. Yeah, I can't summon anybody in this realm either because it's a garbage realm. If everybody's just gonna be casting spells at the start of combat. Unmending, is that a good thing? Is that a good trait? We do have one free Netherstone slot. Enemies take... What? Hang on a second. Enemies take 0.5% more damage for every 1% health they have. So will that go as a multiplier across... that's... you know what, I think... Yeah, we can't do any summoning in this realm. We'll have to do our candle stuff next realm, I fear. Because this is I cannot. I cannot deal with this. Right, another duplicate card. I'll take the 7 debuffs. Mysterious portal has appeared. I'll just deal with it right now, I guess. Grab the wood. Hey, what's up, Lloyd? Alright. Didn't even bother casting Greater Dispel because I didn't feel like it. Alright, I'll just take a random thing. Follow the leader. And what do we get with this? Kalimnir Dandy, is that a new card? We'll see in a moment. We'll see in just a moment. It must be because we only have one of each of these, so we did find one new card this episode. And hey, look at that, our nether synthesis is done. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna save that for next episode. Because... oh my god, what a horrible fight. I'm gonna save that for next episode. Because we are at the end of this one, and I'm kind of tired. And I don't want to have to think about... oh god. We gotta avoid these guys. Like the plague. We also have to find the master though, so I don't know if we can avoid them. We're at 308. I'll try and remember that. Okay. Okay. Alright, alright. There's another riddle dwarf. We do have to answer your question. Man, I have no fucking idea, dude. What? That's not a... that's a fucking... that's a Mortal Kombat character, dude. What are you talking about? Siralim Ultimate... hang on, I'm gonna... well, let me try googling it first. Raiden... Not Raisin, dude. Raiden. Not Raven. What are you doing? Raiden. Why are you showing me Raven Ritualist? Are you fucking insane, dude? Alright, I'm gonna have to open the browser, so the game's probably gonna slow down a little bit. Oh my god, are you serious? Firefox is doing an update? Come on, man. Really, dude? Okay. We gotta go to the bestiary. Well, not the bestiary, the unofficial codex, but the bestiary page is the one that I have bookmarked. Not perks, not creatures, but spells. What the fuck is Raiden? It's not. Oh my. It's not in the. What the fuck is this, dude? It's not in the Hang on. Their ultimate Raiden spell. Man, where the fuck is this spell, man? And the AI overview is saying there isn't a specific spell named Raiden in Siralim Ultimate. Yes, there is! What But it's just not in any database because it's probably one of the new spells that was added. Motherfucker, are you fucking serious right now? I don't know. The reason I picked nature, like, the logic is probably all wrong, but the reason I picked nature was I was thinking about Raiden from Mortal Kombat, who is like a lightning themed character. It's like, oh, lightning is a natural phenomenon, ergo it must be nature, but that's probably all wrong. It probably means something else. That was fucking dumb, dude. Alright. You are the master, the egg exotic master. Killing you now is gonna give us the costume, so that's pretty good. And now we're done. Master of Exotics 5. I think we're ready to just leave. Alright. I guess we'll fight you. And now we'll leave. Okay. Well, that was a bit of an annoying end to an otherwise decent episode where we got some good stuff done. Okay. Okay. Let's head back home. I'm not gonna hand in the project yet. Actually, couldn't you save Scum until it gives you a really good nether stone? That's something I didn't even think about. So that's another reason to not hand it in right now. This is something we'll experiment with next episode, is that can we save Scum into getting ourselves a better nether stone? Or is it locked in? Well, I mean, the way the game should do it to stop players from save scumming is to lock it in from the moment it gets completed. And that you always get, if you like Control Alt delete the game, you always get the same one. But you know, we'll find out, right? For science, we will do this for science next episode. But before we get into the next episode, we need to do a bit of this action. Set a bounty against, who are we setting bounty against? The Ancestor, alright. And I think we're ready to end. So let's reflect on what was accomplished this episode. We finally got done doing realms with the Evoker. And Glamorous 9 for collecting a lot of glamour. And the usual achievements for beating up the various masters. And now we're playing with the Fanatic, I think. Or whichever class we have, yeah. The Fanatic. And then we'll slowly get those ones done. We gotta hand in this project, we gotta start a new project. Which we'll do next episode. But for now, well, let's take a look at some of our other achievement progress. How are we on... we're still at 6.25 million. It hasn't even budged by 0.01. So that's gonna take us a while. How are we on the realm stuff? We are at 43,191 resource nodes and roughly double that for destructible objects. How are we doing on the character stuff? We still have to ascend the new classes that were added. We'll do that later. We are past 2,700 prophecy lines. That's pretty good. We're at 366 runes overall turned in. That's fine. And we have very little stardust. So it's gonna be a long while before we have enough to do a second nether synthesis mission, which is another reason why if it is at all possible to save scum, I absolutely will save scum to get myself a good stone. But that's going to be something we look at next episode. For now, I think it's going to be time to end off. I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Hope you'll join me Thursday for the next episode. And until then, take care.